Hey guys, Koyzumie here. Welcome to the first episode of the ProSumer Report, where we give you the breakdowns of the best in consumer goods. Today we're going to be looking at the MiniGriptillian from Benchmade. The MiniGriptillian is an EDC, or everyday carry knife, intended to be taken with the user everywhere. To this end, it is quite small, only the size of a paring knife when open, and even smaller when closed. The blade length is 2.9 inches with a 3.8 inch handle, with an overall length of 6.8 inches, with a total weight of just 2.56 ounces, which makes sense for a knife that is supposed to be brought with you everywhere. The ergonomics of the handle are quite good, providing a near unbeatable amount of traction for a knife in this class. This is partly due to the Valox handle material, a very durable thermoplastic that retains its shape and tactility even when wet, and also because of the handle's liners. Countersunk into the body of the handle are two stainless steel liners. Primarily they add strength to the rigidity of the handle, however, in this knife, Benchmade has cleverly extended them to the edges of the handle in several key areas to aid in handling the knife. This metal has been ground into small ridges to add even greater traction, a process commonly known as jimping, not a new idea, but effective and appreciated. As with the majority of Benchmade knives, the MiniGriptillian uses the ever-popular axis lock, a very elegant solution for making sure that no fingers get severed by accidental blade closures. The mechanism works by moving a small pin up behind the blade after deployment, effectively making closure impossible without the user's input. The mechanism is very easy to use, and its fluent self-adjusting construction means that even as the knife wears, the mechanism will continue to function for years to come. Of course, what would a knife be without a good blade? And on this model, the quality of the blade speaks volumes about Benchmade and their ambitions for quality. Ground from a single piece of S30V steel in a drop point design, the cutting potential here is fantastic. S30V, of course, is a modern super steel developed by Crucible Industries, capable of resisting rust and corrosion while also retaining a fantastic edge. Of course, steel that can claim near perfect rust resistance and an impeccable edge doesn't really come cheap, so Benchmade also offers the knife in 154 cm, a slightly more common steel with similar properties to S30V, but substantially cheaper. The knife is also offered in several different profiles, including partially serrated, tanto, and a modified sheep's foot, which also includes a hole in the blade for deployment instead of a thumb stud. Of course, all of these are also available with a black coating if you're looking to make your blade a little bit more discreet. It should be mentioned that Benchmade now offers a knife customizer on their website, which is a nice feature for those who can appreciate having a unique piece of hardware. So of course, we wanted to see what this knife could do and run it through some tests. Unfortunately, we were unable to get any solid results from the knife due to a problem with the blade. However, in the tests we got in, the knife performed admirably in cutting both thin sheet paper and cardboard. Now, when you buy a knife, or any product really, you're not just getting the knife itself, but also the company's warranty and service. Unfortunately, this is where Benchmade really stumbles. This knife was not so perfect out of the box, which is understandable. Not every piece of merchandise is going to be perfect, especially when the company is making thousands, which means that the company's reps better do their best to make things right? For this knife, the blade had significant side-to-side play, which is just disappointing for a knife costing $140 US, but that's not all. The locking mechanism out of the box felt like there was metal grains caught in it, which on more than one occasion has actually stopped the knife from fully locking up, and that could easily cost someone a finger in the wrong situation. Finally, the blade. It's been chipping on us, which means that it was either improperly forged or improperly heat treated. Whatever the case, the knife failed to cut through cardboard before developing chips in the primary cutting edge. So what did Benchmade do for us? Well, we emailed them and they never replied to us. Then we called them and a rep told us that the chips in the blade must have occurred from misuse and that this voids the knife's warranty. So basically they refused to do anything for us. Not the kind of service I'd expect from a company that charges so much for its products. I know most people don't like paying $900 for an iPhone, but on the rare instances that we've had to deal with Apple, they've made service and warranty repairs an absolute breeze. However, your mileage may vary. I'm sure there are many people who swear by Benchmade and who have had only positive experiences with them. Of course, there are literally hundreds of knives to choose from, so just how does the MiniGriptillian stack up against the competition? Well, its two closest competitors are the Delica 4 by Spyderco and the Leek by Kershaw. Both incredible knives, but for different reasons. The Delica 4 uses VG10, an arguably superior steel than the MiniGrip, and with it you get Spyderco's proprietary round hole, or Spidey hole for opening, which is very effective. However, the backlock on the Delica is as old as mom and apple pie, and leaves a bit to be desired, though it does cost half the price at just $60 shipped. As for the Leek, it is an assisted opening knife, meaning that there is a spring in it which helps to deploy the blade, which is a nice touch, as is the multiple ways that the knife can be opened. It has a back flipper as well as a thumb stud, which means that most people will be comfortable enough opening it, either one way or the other. Though the blade steel on the Leek is inferior to the Benchmade. That's not to say that it's bad, but hey, the knife is only $35.99 shipped to your door, so a pretty decent compromise. However, Most users of Benchmade's Axis Lock would argue that it is one of the best, if not the best, locking mechanism for a folding knife, and neither the Delica nor the Leek have it, nor can they be customized to the extent that the MiniGriptillian can. So, if those are features you're interested in, then the $140 MSRP of the MiniGriptillian might not seem so high. So where does that leave us? Well, the knife is an absolute win in design, handle construction, material choices, and blade profile. However, due to the faulty edge, blade play, and poor lockup, this knife is going to get a 6.1 out of 10. The product might be fantastic, but this one certainly wasn't, and Benchmade did little to remedy that, and we simply cannot recommend a product where the company doesn't stand behind it. Of course, if they ever get back to us, then we'd consider reevaluating the knife. Until then, this has been the ProSumer Report with Koyzumie. I'll see you next time.